People, it's Kish Reality Views and Vlogs. We're here to review or do a review on Anton Daniels and Corey Holcombs. Now, before I begin the review, oh my goodness. Okay. Uh, I don't know. Anyway, let's begin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Most importantly, like, share, and subscribe. Watch the content, watch the full video, watch the full everything. Get the full value out of your time, and the value that you get from me, right? Um, Let me say this about Anton Daniels. Even though I don't agree with everything Anton Daniels say, I highly respect that brother because Anton Daniels represents the black men and black culture that there are a lot of them that are out there. They may not be millionaires like Anton Daniels, but they make a lot of good money. And a lot of black culture um, rejects those type of men, yet asks those men to come back and contribute to the village. The same village that rejects them. Now there's two levels to black culture, right? There's the black culture, the proper, the intelligent, the respectable, and then there's the nigger culture. The nigger culture, that nigger culture has influenced and dominated black culture. It's the dominant influence in black culture, right? So, okay, I was just checking something. My bad. So when it comes to Anton Daniels, black culture, because of the dominant influence nigger culture, rejects Anton Daniels. Even though there are a lot of black men in black culture that resonate with Anton Daniels, but the nigger culture won't allow you to be like Anton Daniels. Why? Because in the nigger culture or black culture, it moves according to what black women say. And if you're not fitting what black women say, you don't get access to black women's box. Right? This is why a lot of the pimps, max, and the players here on YouTube don't like Anton. This is why they say shit. He don't got mouthpiece because he don't sound the way he don't sound acceptable to what black women are attracted to. You understand? They also don't like Anton because Anton is not speaking that, yo, go sleep around, go be promiscuous. It's always the man's fault. Because logically that don't make sense. And because he's not preaching that, it's always the man's fault to kiss women's ass or black women's ass for the sake of box or cookies, they don't like Anton Daniels. And because Anton Daniels is A millionaire, B, he's in a monogamous situation with a woman that respects his leadership, that also knocks the matriarchal sisterhood or the matriarchal beehive we have in black culture. Right? What's a beehive? A beehive is where you have the queen bee and the rest of the bees move according to the queen. So if a beekeeper came and he moved that bee over here, the bees are going to go over there. Because Anton Daniels is not moving like that, they don't like him. You understand? Basically, Anton Daniels is the type of man that black people say they want, or black culture say they want, but don't really mean that they want. Right? Anyway, like, share, and subscribe to the video. I can't believe the recording just started now. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard, but the recording, I was talking, and I'm just now seeing the recording start. And it's kind of getting me vexed. But anyway, like, share, and subscribe to the video. That's why I rock with Anton Daniels. Now, in this video, before I get to the Corey Holcombs thing, I rock with Anton Daniels because Anton Daniels is what black culture say they want, but don't really mean that they want. They just throw black men, or they make it seem as if they're not black men like Anton Daniels in the field, but they're there. They're there. But black culture rejects the Anton Daniels, right? Because black women don't find those type of men like Anton Daniels attractive. Let's say what it is. Most of the black women within black culture or the nigger culture because there's the black culture and there's the nigga culture, right? Shout out to Chris Rock, right? And because the nigga culture is the dominant influence in black culture, right? So what does that mean? A black woman who's a nigga from the nigga culture has a heavier influence on a black woman from black culture. So if the black woman from nigga culture don't like Anton Daniels, the black woman from regular black culture don't like Anton Daniels. And they don't like Anton Daniels because it says, well, hold on. There are plenty of brothers out here like Anton Daniels, but you black women are not picking them. And Anton Daniels has a black woman or black wife that he's in a relationship. So they can't say he's interracial. They can't say he's dating outside his race. Understand? And because he doesn't fit that matriarchal, matrilineal thing that black culture promotes, or the nigga culture within black culture promotes, they reject Anton Daniels. Because notice, they'll accept Russell Wilson, who's a lame or a square, but they don't reject an Anton Daniels. What's the difference? Russell Wilson was in Sierra's friend zone for 10 years. And he became the fall guy to Sierra. Anton Daniels was in that situation with his woman. Understand? And this is why women don't like Anton Daniels. This is why they call him lame or square, but Russell Wilson is also a lame or square. It's just that Russell Wilson is a sucker. Anton Daniels is not. Right? This is also why a lot of the dating coaches, the pimps, the players, and the max also don't like Anton Daniels. Because Anton Daniels is not preaching hookup culture. He's not preaching have promiscuous sex. He's in a monogamous relationship with one woman. And they even use that to shame him. Oh, you only been with one woman. How do y'all know that? Who tells y'all that? How do y'all know? This is what I don't understand about black men and black culture, right? How do you know somebody's Johnson facts? How do you know that? Were you spying? Did you get some kind of secretive information? Did you review his life? And they all judge that based upon, okay, you don't got no mouthpiece. And you know what mouthpiece is to black men? What's acceptable to black women? Me. I was on a panel, shout out to Ilkhan Ali, right? Shout out to the Untouchable, shout out to Fatty. And that's one of the comments, somebody in the comment section said that about me and my parents, because I was dropping some gems about women. And he said, I'm not fly or fresh enough. I've always been able to pull women like this. I'm a construction worker, right? Or I'm always working with my hands. So I'm not always going to be fly and pristine, but I'm still able to pull women, whether I'm fly or pristine or I'm not. I'm looking like this. I can walk outside my house and pull a chick or talk to a woman. I don't have that issue. Understand? But because I'm not talking in a way that's acceptable to what black cultures say and black culture is dictated by black women, I don't have no mouthpiece. And because Anton Daniels, he talks about stocks, he talks about bonds, he talks about how he getting money. They think that's a lame. They think he sees it sounds like a nerd. So because he sounds like a nerd, according to what black culture say, black women poems dry up somehow magically. So Anton Daniels, I rock with him because he's not speaking the typical street nigga, street ninja lingo, linguistics. He's not speaking that energy. And hopefully there are plenty other brothers that's like Anton Daniels. They may not be millionaires, maybe they're six figures, maybe they hard working every day. You know, they don't gotta be millionaires like Anton, but they have that same vibration and frequency and energy. And hopefully Anton Daniels can spark that. And it might shift black culture. Hopefully. And that's why I rock with Anton. Because he represents that. You feel me? I don't represent that completely because my background, I don't want to say I'm a street nigga, but I was outside. You understand? Um, I would say I'm a balance between a square and an outside nigga. I wasn't a street nigga as far as gang bang or nothing like that, but I was outside from East New York, Brooklyn, right? But I wish there was an Anton Daniels around, and there probably was. And I probably didn't value that person because I was following along with Black culture. And what Black culture said was the standard of masculinity. So I'm hoping that Anton Daniels can be one of the father figures that steers the next generation that come after me into a better direction, and hopefully shifting Black culture into a better direction. So other young Black men don't feel like they have to go through what I went through and a lot of other Black men go through to gain respect from a Black culture that don't value niggas like myself and Anton Daniels anyway. And by the way, the person in that comment section was talking about how, look, I've come up here. There's a balloon pop show, right? On that balloon pop show, no matter how fly them brothers go up there and dress, those Black women humiliate them. So why in the bum barras clot would I get up here and dress fly and look good to perform for Black women who don't give a shit about how I look anyway? Anyway, let's get into the video. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let me go there. Something is wrong with StreamYard. I don't know what.
I didn't take the cheap flight on Frontier here. My people were kidnapped. My people were robbed. They what?
They were sold by Africans.
You say all the people were sold by Africans?
How you think what you think white people came over there and got us?
Yeah.
Anton Daniels is correct. But I'm gonna show you. It's ChatGPT. Now ChatGPT is like Friday from or what's his name? He's like what's that person? What's that AI that Tony Stark speak to? I forgot her name. It's two people, Jarvis, right? So ChatGPT is like Jarvis or Friday, right? So this is what happened in West Africa by the Dahomey tribe. Remember the Woman King shit? This is what they did. West Africa. So ChatGPT does this shit right here. Some. Right, but West African societies, there were ritual sacrifices, including human sacrifices, before Europeans arrived, right? The Dahomey tribe, the kingdom of Dahomey, right? Ethnic group, Fon people, religion, voodoo, often mispronounced as voodoo, time period, roughly 16th century to the 18th century. So this is 200 years. They practiced state-sponsored ritual sacrifices. Victims were often prisoners of war, criminals, captives from raids. Sacrifices were performed during major ceremonies like annual customs. The sacrifices were believed to honor ancestors, strengthen the king's spiritual authority, appease or communicate with spirits, voodoo. So yes, blood rituals happened in the Dahomey. Right. So Africans did this like every other culture, right? African warfare and captivity already exists. Slavery already existed in Africa, but it was often temporary, often integrated. It doesn't matter. Hold on. Didn't Mansa Musa have slaves that he worked to death? And didn't Haile Selassie also have slaves? Because Black people like to cushion shit. So you don't seem like you was as evil as white people. Mansa Musa absolutely had slaves. Rule of Mali Empire presided over society where slavery was normal, legal, and economically central. What that looked like: slavery used for gold mining, salt mining, agriculture, domestic service, military labor. The salt mines of Tagaza are especially documented as brutal, deadly, worked by enslaved people under customs, extreme conditions. Ibn Battuta, I don't know how you say that, and the chroniclers describe enslaved Africans doing the hardest labor. So yes, slaves existed. Some were worked to death. This was not considered immoral at the time. It was standard pre-modern empire behavior. Mansa Musa, famed for wealth and piety, does not cancel out the slavery system he ruled over. Haile Selassie also ruled over a slave society. Rastaman them, well know that. Ethiopian slavery. If you don't like the white man God because he enslaved you, why do you like the black man, this dude who also enslaved you? Also saw they claim to be Emperor Selassie's granddaughter up there twerking and shaking her ass with Aisha speed. So there's that. Ethiopia and slavery. Slavery existed in Ethiopia into the 20th century. It was ethnic, internal, often hereditary. Enslaved people were typically from southern and peripheral ethnic groups, non-Amari, Tigrian populations, right? Haile Selassie reigned from 1930 to 1974. This was recent. I don't care if he inherited it. He could have abolished it. All right. It abolished in 1942. So this is fairly recent. I think this is around World War II. So, well, what was the excuse? Everybody did this. And I think Africans or black people are just upset that niggas lost. No. Let me speak it properly. What has been pushed into black people's brain is this false idea that black people were just this innocent people in Africa, and the white man came over there and they went to war or they just enslaved black people. You know, they put this in movies and all that other stuff. But the truth of the matter, you had your own African people that were blood sacrificing you to deities and gods, and then also enslaving you. All right? Africans sold other Africans to Europeans. That part is undeniably true. Kingdoms like the Homie, Ashanti, this is the same tribe that, you know, a lot of black people like to look into. Oyo, all these people, or the Orisha, or what do you call them? The Orishas, whatever you want to call them. The Homie, you know what I'm saying? Woman King, captured prisoners of war, conducted raids, sold captives to European traders. Many of the people were sold were ethnically and culturally African, sometimes neighboring groups, sometimes rivals. So the idea no African participated is false. But here's the critical distinction people miss. The people who sold captives were not operating with the concept of black people. They understood it as we understand it today. They identified as different nations and tribes. Right? I think I heard an African. I think he was on. I forgot what podcast that was, but he was explaining this, right? Yeah, Fawn, Yoruba, Igbo, Akin, Mande, etc. So this is why a lot of Africans are disconnected from the idea of black, because for them, they recognize their tribe or nation, right? Which black people in America can do that same thing. You can recognize yourself as a New York nigga, or I'm from Chicago nigga, or Detroit nigga. Detroit nigga tribe. You know what I'm saying? So they did not see themselves as selling their people. They saw themselves as victors selling enemies, states engaging in trade, rulers protecting their own political survival. Yes, at the individual and state level, Africans, kings, generals, and merchants who raided villages, sold prisoners, profited from the trade bear more responsibility for those actions. There is no honest history that absolves them. But who should black people be most upset is where it gets tricky, right? Opinions. So I know ChatGPT is doing this, they didn't invent race-based, but you still gotta blame the people that, you know, sold you to your enemies and now talking shit to you today as if like they didn't put you in that position. Like this is why, like, even as a Jamaican myself, I don't look knowing these facts, because I've been knowing all this. Like I didn't need ChatGPT to tell me this. I've been knowing this. And I used to ask them pro-black niggas the questions and they didn't have proper answers for it. You know what I'm saying? Or they would say, well, African slavery wasn't the same. It was something different. No, slavery is slavery, bro. Like it doesn't matter to my eyes. I know ChatGPT is saying this. It does explain ChatGPT. It does explain the anger toward African sellers. Right. Especially when you have conversations like what Corey Holcomb is having um with Anton Daniels. It does. Because why are we talking about the white man when he didn't sell us over here? He bought us, bought and brought us here. But them African niggas conquered, blood sacrificed black people, their own black people, they're from their own neighboring tribes, and then sold them to the Europeans. So why we can't talk about them? If we're gonna talk about the Europeans, let's talk about some Africans.
Yes.
No, they were sold.
So
they just capitalized off of it better than the Africans did.
Okay, so
I think that's what Africans be upset about. Is that the Europeans did it better than them.
Saying that all of the black people that were brought here were sold by Africans.
Correct.
So the white people were just doing transactions over there.
Absolutely. It was capitalism. See, the thing about white people, you think that racism is inherently in them. Racism is inherently in all of us. Black people is some of the most racist people I've ever seen in my entire life. We don't even like each other.
So can I ask you a question?
No, hold on. Let's stay there.
Okay.
We don't even like each other. And so black people participate. Some of the first slavers in the United States of America was black people.
He is not lying. Let me go ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT, were there some black people labeled as free black people here in the United States that enslaved other black people and even fought to keep slavery? And can you give me the names of them and the sources? Because remember, before the Union, we became the United States, all the states were separated. So you had black people who had their own lands, their own towns, and even their own monetary system. And a lot of them participated, right? William Elson Jr., South Carolina. So let me go look him up. Let me look up this guy. Bro, look at him. He was a real person, real black dude. All right? Black dude. So let's look up what ChatGPT got to say about him. Not this, my fault. Who he was. Born into slavery around 1790, earned freedom, became a prosperous cotton gin maker and plantation owner. Slaveholding owned many enslaved black people at the point up to 171 slaves in South Carolina and Georgia. Context, Elson became one of the most significant black slave owners in the antebellum South and supported the Confederacy during the Civil War, providing donations and aid. Right? So you had a lot of black people that were fighting for the Confederacy. Why? Because Abraham Lincoln wanted to unify all the states into one. This is why we have the United States today. And a lot of people during the South wanted to keep the states separated because everybody has their own monetary system, everybody had their own freedom. And there were a lot of black people that had their own freedom and had their own towns too, and little states and their own miniature states too. So you got a lot of people who are black who are picking sides. It's not like how every state has their own constitution. So that's where that's from. Anton Dubucklet Jr. Let's look him up. Let's look his face. Let's put his face to it. Let me see. Oh shit! I guess he was a light-skinned nigga, high yellow nigga. Wealthy Creole family. Oh shit! Tether. The wealthiest black slave owner. The story of Anton Duplessis Jr. Duplessis Jr. All right. Yo. Enslaved over 100 people on his sugarcane plantation. All right. Let's go back here. He was born in 1810 to free black parents in Louisiana and inherited part of a plantation slaveholding by 1860. He enslaved more than 100 people and was considered one of the wealthiest black slaveholders in Louisiana. No, his wife also brought enslaved people from her own plantation into their household. So his wife had slaves. Wow. People in the U.S. own 12,000 slaves across states such as Louisiana, Maryland, South Carolina, and Virginia. Many free Black households own 1 to 9 enslaved individuals, often family members, to keep them safe. But some own dozens, even hundreds. So they even have a website, Black America, right? And they go, this, not all Black owners own held slaves for the same reasons. Some purchase family to protect them from sales. And I can agree to this. Like, I can agree to this. Like, if you have a position of power and you can use the system at the time to buy back your people, and that's how that worked. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say all Black people had a malicious intent to enslave their own. Some probably gained freedom and was like, you know what? Since this is how the system works, rather than fighting it, I'm gonna do what the system does to get my people free, right? So I'm not gonna sit up there and say I never said all. Like ChatGPT does this bullshit too, right? Not the majority. Black slave owners were a small minority of all slavers and owners in the U.S. Most enslaved people were owned by white Americans, but white Americans were also the minority. Right? So some free Black men and then mixed race individuals in places like New Orleans volunteered to defend slavery or the Confederacy, though laws often prevented them from serving formally, right? And I already told you what that was. So let me ask this. So what Black slaver fought, what was the law specifically that Black slaver fought to keep? And was it true that the reason why some Black people fought for the Confederacy, it was because that a lot of, before the unification of the United States, you had a lot of Black towns, Black states that had their own money, had their own little power, had their own little freedom. So a lot of Black people fought for the Confederacy to keep that thing going. Is that true? Be non-biased. See, searches the web. Some free Black people owned enslaved people in the United States before the Civil War. That's a documented historical facts. Many slaveholding free Black people did so in the South, especially in states like Louisiana, Maryland, blah, blah, blah. However, owning slaves does not necessarily mean they fought to protect legal institution of slavery. During the Civil War, there were no well-documented laws specifically pushed by free Black slaveholders to protect slavery, unlike border slave clothes, blah, blah, blah. So this is important, right? Oh, no, I don't know if I should talk about Reddit. I don't know if I should use Reddit. Right. But even though Reddit is saying this, like you could go find documents. Because when I was a big old pro-Black, back in one time, I would look at a lot of these stuff. Right. Free Black slaveholders existed, but there's no clear evidence that they formed organizations and political blocks to preserve slavery in the Confederate legislation the way white planters did, right? The Confederacy did not legally enlist Black soldiers for most of the war. There was no official policy for Black men to serve as armed Confederate soldiers until very late. And that law passed only in the final weeks of the conflict, too late to matter in a significant way, right? Most people associated with the Confederate armies were enslaved labor were forced to work on fortifications, railroads, and ironworks. Okay, so they were enslaved laborers. Okay. Body servants or attendants bought by their enslavers. Oh, so this puts another perspective on it. Non-combatants such as cooks, teamsters, or workers often under coercion. Some people have taken individual examples like Richard Poplar, a free Black man who worked with a Virginia unit as a cook, and presented them as Black Confederates. But scholars note his citation was about survival or coercion, not ideological support for slavery. Right? Okay. Okay, so that's why I asked these questions, right? Now, this is getting it from Encyclopedia, American Battle Trust. Encyclopedia. Oh, so black people weren't allowed to serve as Confederate soldiers. Okay, so that debunks a lot of the stuff I read in the past, right? Because what people were showing in the past, that there were black people that fought for the Confederacy. And if you're saying to me now that black people were not allowed to serve in the Confederates, then that prior knowledge is null and void, all right? Many black people were forced or coerced. Okay. I could have swore I read something where some black person was fighting to keep slavery. But nonetheless, when you scroll up here and you go up here further, just the two people that and then a lot of free black people own this amount of slaves. So let me ask Google, were there black slave owners in America? Ask Google. So Google says the same thing, but it's coming from Wikipedia. Shit. Usually Google will show the sources on the right side. Anthony Johnson. Damn, there's a lot of videos on it. Maybe I should do a video separate to that. But Anton Daniels is not incorrect. Juan Gardo Conquistador. Look at this nigga. Oh shit, who's this? Oh shit, a black woman owns slaves. Oh man. Oh boy. I know a lot of y'all FBI niggas gonna be like, these is tethers. No, these are black people who were enslaved by French in America. So anyway, that when they caught their freedom, they did the same thing white people were doing. Anyway, let's go back to Anton and Corey.
That's the truth. So what I'm trying to understand is,
was slavery in the United States before?
Slavery existed thousands of years before we got here.
Okay.
Slavery was on every single continent in this world. That's a fact. Now, the thing that's a problem with it is that, and this is the problem that I have. What you niggas want?
What do you mean when you say what you need?
What do y'all want?
What
like, because y'all
That's a good question. What do black people want?
Complaining about it over and over again, and I'm trying to understand what is it that y'all looking for. What is going to help y'all?
A whole thing that has happened
because I'm solutions oriented, and I'm tired of niggas that ain't never been through shit complaining about shit that they ain't never been through.
If you black in the United States, you've been through some shit.
But I'm tired of niggas complaining about shit that they have never been through. Like, you've been through some shit, but you ain't been through that.
I don't understand.
That's a fact. Black people in America and in the Caribbean, in my opinion, we didn't go through what our forebears went. The average Jamaican or Trinidadian, they didn't go through what their granny went through, or their grandpappy went through, or them grandma, granny, or them pappy. None of them. Neither has the black American. None of us sitting here now, today, and the black diaspora went through what our ancestors or forebears went through. No, there's a lot of issues we go through today, but a lot of it is like we can find solutions for it ourselves, but we refuse not to.
What are you saying? Like,
because most of the niggas that's complaining about it ain't never even really seen real racism. These is new niggas. All of these internet niggas right here, these is new niggas.
So are you saying black people in the United States, some of them have skipped over racism?
Yes. Definitively.
Come on, man.
Definitively. You have a greater chance of being killed by somebody that look like you than to ever interact with somebody that don't look like you and kill you.
But in black culture, you're most likely to be killed. But that's true with every culture in America. Already, I'm going to drop a video talking about that, right? So I think in the black community, black culture is like 85 or 80 to 85%, which murder within each other, and the same goes for white people, right? I think in their culture, it's like 80 to 85% of white people that unalive each other. So that's true for all cultures within America. But when you talk about black people, and specific to black culture and black people, we're doing the most stuff to each other. We're the ones hating each other. We're the ones flagging each other down on YouTube. We're the ones trying to expose each other. We're the ones doing the most violent, heinous crimes. It's going to come from another black person in our face before I ever interact with a white person.
But do you
That's
understand?
a fact.
And I'm not taking away from racism. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm not saying there's not a racist cop that I'm not going to encounter. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I'm not saying there's no racist white people. I'm just saying before I deal with a white person, I have to deal with black people first. I mean, one thing if I dealt with black people and I was getting the best treatment in the world, 5-star treatment, and then I interacted with a white person, so it's like this. If I got up every day and 9 times out of 10, when I interact with black people, I had the 5-star result, 5-star treatment. What up, brother? What up, sister? What up, man? How you doing today? And we was breaking bread, having good conversations. We resolved our disputes amicably. Either we have a regular throw the hands, and then after we throw the hands, we go our separate ways, we chop it up and kicked it. But no. 9 times out of 10, I interact with my black people or black people that look like me, it's going to be something hostile. I step on your shoe, you deserve to die. Or I step on your shoe, I deserve to die. Or I'm interacting with a black woman, she's looking to set me up and take half my stuff. That's what it is. This is why we have the dating discourse that we have on the internet. Shout out to the Untouchables. This is the conversations we have on the panel. Shout out to the Anchorman. This is the conversations we have. Shout out to Tommy Sotomayor. This is the conversations we have in our culture. If our culture wasn't the way it is, we wouldn't have. Matter of fact, Corey Holcomb talks about, I'm from Chicago, nigga. What do you think he implies?
You understand that it's made like that on purpose. The position,
it's the system. The system against us. I got it.
Okay, but the position you and your people are in.
Who is my people?
Black people. Do you claim black people?
I'm a Christian first. I claim.
Well, I think something's wrong with that. If you don't want to say you're a black man first, I think something wrong with
black
that.
Black is a construct. They told you that you was black.
Okay, well,
that's
brown,
why you start
brown
believing it.
then.
No. We not brown. We not black. We not none of that shit.
Oh, well, what are we?
We not none. For me, I'm a believer in God. That's what I am. My foundation is always going to be Christianity, Christ, Jesus first. I don't claim none of that other shit. You're not gonna get me to believe in you based off of some shit that you can't control. You didn't pick it. And the thing about other cultures, whether you black, Chinese, Asians don't fuck with each other just because they're Asian. Chinese people.
Chinese don't like Japanese. Japanese don't like Chinese. They don't like the Filipinos, and I think Vietnamese and somebody else. They're like the lower class Asians, the way Chinese feel about them. Like they don't like each other. Koreans, they don't. South Korea versus North Korea. They don't like that's absolutely correct. A lot of it is tribal.
And Japanese people and Taiwanese people, they're all.
Look at China and who's going to, I think it's China trying to go over there and take over Taiwan. They don't like each other. That's how I was like, why is China telling Donald Trump not to do what we're doing with Venezuela? Can we tell China what not to do with Taiwan? China been trying to take Taiwan. So China need to mind their business.
All different. Koreans are different. All white people don't fuck with all white people.
They don't. The IRA versus the Brits. What do you call them? What do you call them? The Brits don't like the Irish because I think the Irish used to be enslaved by the Brits for like 1,000 years or something like that. So they don't like each other. That's the other thing. Europeans used to enslave other Europeans. There's plenty of videos on YouTube that talk about the worst deaths ever in history. And the most brutal way somebody died was done by a European, doing it to another European. Look at Vikings. I think they call this thing where they skin you alive or some shit. I forgot what they call it. And then you have the Irish, then you have the Scandinavians, the barbarians, the Roman empires, and they conducted some of the most brutal deaths amongst other Europeans. Like to be a Roman Empire or somebody of position of power in those times was a very fucked up position because you were going to ultimately die. Somebody was going to try to come take you. There was one thing I was watching where a European, they put this king into a cell and they took an iron rod and shoved it up, you know where. Hot iron rod.
So why do I have an obligation to fuck with somebody just because he black? Okay. And then the definition of how you define black is based off of something that a white man gave to you.
Okay. Well, trust me, brother. You white people, let me tell you something. I know Caucasian people that have looked at me and threw me licks. But I am from Chicago.
And I'm from Detroit.
It was Chicago is very segregated. I knew nothing about Caucasian people until I moved to Los Angeles. And a lot of the stories I heard, it turned out to be just that. But back to this Christianity, you have to understand this. You were taught that by the people who kidnapped you. Is that a lie?
Nope.
Okay, so
we was taught everything that you know on this earth, it was taught to you. The racism that you have in your heart, it was taught to you.
You say I'm racist?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I studied you.
What?
This is the conversation a lot of black people don't want to get to. How many comedians have got up on stage and made jokes about white people? Or how many comedians have got up on stage and made jokes about white people that if a white person made that same jokes, he'd be classified as a racist, right? How many jokes, how many things have people like Corey Holcomb said that was racist? So black culture, we are racist towards a lot of other group of people. We just don't want to admit that. Now, me saying that because I'm Caribbean, I would be a tether. But look at the word tether. That's a racial slur towards Caribbean blacks. I don't care how they want to twist it.
This is why.
Right? FBA blacks or black Americans used to call Jamaicans flatbush banana boats. Oh. Was getting some food. Let's continue. But, right, black Americans used to bully and tease Caribbean blacks. They used to bully and tease Haitian blacks. They used to bully and tease Jamaican blacks. Flatbush, banana boats, all kind of stuff. And how black Americans will cover that today, they'll say, no, that's us just jonesing. That was us just making fun. That's how we, that's how we bond with each other. But if a white person calls them a watermelon, just like how white people call them watermelon, they call us banana boats. But if a white person calls them a watermelon, that's racist. And I think Corey Holcomb did a skit eating watermelon. So, that's what that is. Let's get it.
I'm racist. I don't know a lot of racism in me.
Absolutely.
But maybe you can show me something I don't know.
We're going to get there.
I wanted you guys to start the show off in your own,
No. When Brother Anton Daniels was talking to me on the phone, I knew that we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things,
Yeah,
but
we
I
talked about
believe
that.
we can have a conversation like men. It's like a lot of stuff he said right now, I disagree with so much. But
Of course you do, because Corey Holcomb represents the nigga culture within our culture.
Both of us.
I'm going to try to make a point because I have the hopes.
They're not even the ones that's winning over here. We compare ourselves against a group of people that the majority of them is on food stamps and welfare. They would be a disappointment to their ancestors.
Incidentally, today I'm talking to a brother who knows how to work the internet well and get money.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's like everything comes in its season for a man like me. I don't say I got all the answers to everything, but I am willing to talk logically to people who I feel like are able to communicate. That's what I'm saying. Because like the stuff you said, and you know, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, that's your personality too. Like,
And it would be boring to hear just one person's take or views on things. This makes it interesting.
Excuse me, ma'am. You need a mic, ma'am. You can ask on the mic. God damn it.
Anton, just a clarifying question. What about, are you comparing racism with prejudice? Is it, do you think Black people can truly be racist, or are we just prejudiced?
no, I think that there's a lot of people that hate white people, like straight up hate white people. And it's very unfortunate because they're not even the ones that's winning over here. We compare ourselves against a group of people that the majority of them is on food stamps and welfare. They would be a disappointment to their ancestors.
Right, but isn't true racism a system that controls access to, you know?
Well, that's the argument, right? The argument is
we can't make sure white people don't get access to certain schools and you know, programs and things like that.
The main way that they
need to be empowered to be racist, to be quite honest.
See,
All the way, fair use, fair use.
that's what I was going to say. Y'all, that's the argument that Black people make, is that you can't be racist. The main way that they
need to be empowered to be racist, to be quite honest.
See, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, there are a lot of Black people that are empowered today. A lot of the people, Black people, like Jasmine Crockett, like what's her name, Fannie Williams, whatever the hell name is. A lot of Black people on the left and right are empowered, and they talk very racist. And they're Black people, Black faces.
That's the argument that Black people make, is that you can't be racist if you can't actually have an impact on another group of people. So it's supposedly systemic.
Yeah, but Black people do have an impact on a lot of people. Don't we not? Don't Black people talk about the impact and influence they have on everybody else in the world? So that is power.
False.
Really?
I just seen a guy that used to be the president of the United States of America that wanted to becoming the president of the United States of America for the second time, almost get everything taken away from him. Literally. And he was basically being taken down by Black people. Kamala Harris, Letitia James.
He's not lying. What's funny about that? Did not Letitia James have all those Black women that had indictments against Donald Trump? He got convicted for buying box on 30-something accounts. That's not a lie. I don't know how that's funny.
Letitia James, who was the in New York
Attorney General, I think.
Fani Willis, down in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
All of those are Black women, specifically that met with Kamala Harris months before they actually started this campaign during the Biden administration. And it's so funny to me because then
Biden was going at Trump.
I have to ask myself the question, well, listen, if this is a construct and if it's all about white people and all of the energy is going towards a person that Black people fucked with before he actually ran for president.
That's exactly. Black people love Donald Trump. This was after Central Park 5.
President of the United States of America, but we champion Barack Obama.
Not me.
No. Take yourself out of it. We talking about the culture. It may not necessarily be you individually, but we as a culture fuck with him.
Fuck with who?
Barack Obama and his wife. We fuck with him. As a culture, we champion him. We absolutely do. And he didn't give y'all shit except for gay marriage.
You know I know that. That's why I ain't arguing with you on this
So
point.
absolutely I vote.
Are you independent? What do you?
I'm a Republican.
You didn't know that?
I'm a straight up.
Which black people were originally Republican before they were Democrat? Hold on, let's go to ChatGPT. ChatGPT, were black people originally Republican before Democrats? As a matter of fact, that's how black people, that's the first party that historically freed them as slaves, right? And that was the first party that they started with, when you talk about Black Wall Street and all that stuff, was to be Republican, correct? Yes, historically, Black Americans were overwhelmingly Republican before they were Democrat. Republican Party was originally Black political home. After the Civil War, Black Americans overwhelmingly identified and voted for the Republican Party. Why? Because the Republican Party was founded in 1854 as an anti-slavery party. Let me make sure I'm see. Okay, so it's over there. Ended slavery, 13th Amendment, granted citizenship, 14th Amendment, protected black male voting rights, 15th Amendment. So why wouldn't black men be Republican? If under all of this was done by the Republican Party. Now you can make an argument that a lot of the Republican Party today were infiltrated by a lot of the Democrats. You can make that argument. You can make that argument that the Democrats here infiltrated the Republican Party. Right? I think a lot of those Southern Democrats are conservative, right? Or infiltrated that conservative part, right? But originally, this is what it was. Why wouldn't Anton be something that helped his people gain all this benefits right here? Pass Reconstruction laws enforced by federal troops. Why? Right, Black political party during Reconstruction from 1865 to early 19th century. Nearly all black elected officials were Republicans. Example: Hiram Revels, first U.S. Black senator, Republican. Blanche K. Bruce, U.S. Senator, Republican. Dozens of black congressmen, state legislators, and mayors, Republican. The Republican Party is literally called the Party of Lincoln for Black Americans. Black economic success, including Black Wall Street, happened under Republican alignment. You ever notice that a lot of black people, once they become Republican, they become financially successful? That's saying. All of this was Republican. And the Southern Democrats is who blew up and attacked Black Wall Street. Now, I should make a separate video. Republican Party, this is where black people fell out with the Republicans, because there are certain things that you were supposed to protect them from. And I've done shows, I think I did a couple of lives about it and a couple of videos about this. You did not protect black people from the Democrats, right? And prosperity at the time, neither did the Democrats. So both these parties didn't help black people at the time. But Republican Party, because you were the anti-slave party, you did not protect Black Wall Street from destruction. You didn't even help them to rebuild, right? While Black American parties eventually left the Republican Party. Republicans stopped enforcing black civil rights. After 1877, federal troops left the South. And I did a video on this already too. Republicans gradually abandoned Reconstruction. Southern whites imposed Jim Crow through violence and law. The New Deal era, 1930s, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Democrat offer. So Republicans, this is how you lost your black voter base, because when it was most important, you abandoned them to the Southern Democrats. And then the Southern Democrats pulled a flip and they did this. So they shifted to who was feeding them, because one party that used to protect them stopped protecting them and feeding them. Then the same party that used to attack them now protected and feeding them. And I think the history goes that when Franklin D. Roosevelt did this, a lot of those Southern Democrats switched up to Republican. So that's what I mean by the Republican Party got infiltrated by Southern Democrats, because a lot of those Democrats, they didn't agree with Franklin D. Roosevelt with this one. See, it says it right here, right? Civil rights realignment. Democrats split internally. Southern Democrats, Dixiecrats equal segregation. Northern Democrats equal civil rights. Republicans also split. Some supported civil rights, others pivoted toward white Southern voters. So this is where the split was, right? By the late 1960s, Black voters were overwhelmingly Democrats. Southern whites were shifting Republican. So this probably is the party flip right here. Because this is what the party flip is. This is what happened. This new era, this New Deal era, this thing right here caused this flip with this. So this is what's going on here, right there. All right, so this is probably the flip. It's probably what happened. So there's a lot of shifting going on because A, this, and then B, the civil rights movement. So I think what happened was a lot of Southern Democrats probably became Republican, and then they shifted towards shifted towards advertising or making their political base Southern whites. So this is why you're probably hearing a lot of, you know, Charlie Kirk and a lot of those people from that side, because they're coming from this. Right. So it's a lot going on right there, right? For decades, Black economic growth originally occurred outside democratic welfare politics. Democrats were historically the party of slavery, Jim Crow, segregation. Modern Black loyalty to Democrats in the 20th century, not historical, also true, right? So the Republican Party, conservatives, you failed Black people. And then when you couldn't protect Black people, the Democrats, who also didn't like Black people, deviously offered this. And Black people shifted their allegiance because you failed. And then all of this happened. So Republican Party, that's how you lost the Black voter bloc. Anyway, let's go back to Anton and Corey.
I know
Up and down Republican. And matter of fact, people need to really understand their history because Republicans were the party of Black people. It's the original party of Black people. They were the party that actually freed the slaves. Lincoln was a straight up Republican.
I don't know what's so funny. Maybe I have to do a history of that. And I'm probably going to do a part 2 to this video. Find all the history, find all the information, and then putting it together in a presentation to present how Corey Holcomb, he's actually a nigga. He's appeasing to the nigga base. Because this is not something new. This has been told to Black people.
When you're talking about the emancipation, when you're talking about 1865, when you're talking about what we stood for as conservative means that we're Christians. It means that we don't fuck with that gay shit. I'm telling you what it stands for.
You don't fuck with the backdoor shit?
I don't.
I don't either.
That's what it's saying. What it means to be a Republican is this, because a lot of people like to say,
because this is backdoor Republicans.
And we were taught by our parents. We were taught by our parents. We were taught by our parents that we vote Democrat no matter what, right? Regardless of what they stand for, regardless of the agendas that they push, regardless of how much nonsense that we see in our communities, regardless of how.
Yeah. Civil rights stuff. Because come to find out, a lot of those civil rights people were LGBT. When you go watch the series Godfather of Harlem, they showed a lot of that. They showed how a lot of those white feminists and a lot of those white LGBT groups infiltrated the civil rights movement. They showed you in that series.
How many Democrats actually destroyed our cities from Chicago to Detroit, all across the board. We were taught to vote that no matter what. You vote Democrat no matter what.
I agree.
But this is the difference between the parties on a very fundamental level, not complicated at all.
Really? You finna say it's a difference between the parties?
This is the difference.
I can't wait to hear this.
No. You may say that it's the same type of public politicians that take advantage of the taxpayers and take advantage of the people. The difference in the parties historically is Republicans want less government so you can do what the fuck you want to do. And Democrats want more control, so they want to control what your money is, where your tax dollars
Yeah, the Democrats are more Marxist, communist, and socialist. Republicans are more capitalist by nature.
go, and what you can do with your money.
Okay, so I'm gonna
That's
tell you
the
this.
fundamental difference.
I'm gonna tell you this, and you don't have to believe me, but I'm just telling you.
I'm listening.
The people in charge are not Democrats or Republicans.
I understand that.
Kamala Harris is allowed to do whatever she's done.
We get that.
This new president, he's allowed to do whatever he is willing to do, or they allow him to do.
Facts.
Everything is allowed. There are people in charge of this nation that flat out run shit. And if ain't
Correct.
nobody got the power to uproot them, then
We do.
we're gonna keep having.
So then why would you pick Democrat? Corey Holcomb, you and your nigga congregation, since you know that, and most niggas in black culture speak that shit, why would you pick the Democrats or care for, why would you pick other side? Be neutral, be somewhere in the center. Or why would you laugh at somebody for being Republican? Or you would laugh at a black person saying he's a Democrat. Laugh at both of them.
People paying a whole bunch of money for houses and a fire hydrant don't work in front of it, but they'll charge you for the fire hydrant in front of your house.
But we got a less than 20% voter turnout rate in the local elections.
Well, you
The
understand,
local-
understand voting don't work, right?
It does work.
How?
It does, but you just missed it. We
I
have a
haven't
less.
missed- I heard
we
everything
have
you
le-
said.
we have a
I
less
can't
than-
wait till you tell me how voting
have a
makes a
less-
difference in this country.
We have a less than 20% voter turnout rate in local.
Ain't nobody going for the sucker shit no more.
So I gotta do, this is lighting a fire in me. There's a lot of videos I gotta drop now. Content about politics, history of America, Republican, Democrat. Some of y'all saying, yo, I'm Jamaican. Why would I talk about this? Well, I was born here in America. So, you know, I have a interest here. Give me 1 second. Right. So, as a Jamaican American born here, right? And one of my codes as a man is wherever I'm at, wherever I'm staying, I'm going to make that place a better place. So I might as well learn about that place and speak the truth, the history about that place that I'm in. And I was born here in America, born in East New York, Brooklyn. My parents came here in the 80s, whatever. So as long as I'm going to be here in America, I might as well contribute to America and help to make it a better place. And I talk about Jamaican politics too. But it seems like I have to go do a history, go look up the information, go do the research, and look at all the stuff and put it in a presentation to demystify all these facts that a lot of people have in their brain. Like I'm going to drop a video about Jamaica and the crime, what's really going on with the crime and history of Jamaica. So I'm going to do all of those things, right? But I got to do topics about this one. Because I used to look up a lot of stuff about Republicans, Democrats, history in America. But at the time, I didn't have ChatGPT at my disposal. He had books. I had to go read certain books, bits and pieces of information. And the books back then were very expensive. So, you know, I think there was a book I was looking into that was like $1,000 or some shit. But anyway, let's get into it.
We got to go.
You're missing it.
You got to uproot the people in power before a real difference happens. Voting is for suckers.
It's not.
That's not how that works, right? So in your state, you have the electoral college, but they represent the people, right? So the local elections, when they vote, so say you vote for your senator, you vote for your councilman. I think when you watch videos like Mayor Adams, or not Mayor Adams, Councilman Mays, right? They represent the people, voices of the people. So the voices of the people, you show your voice by your vote. Then you vote, then the representative of those votes go to your electoral college, right? So there's the popular vote, then there's the electoral college vote that represents the people, people's voices, which is your vote. So it does matter. Is black people don't utilize it.
People that don't vote are ignorant as fuck.
Well, I guess I'm ignorant because I would never participate in no
People
sucker
that
shit.
don't vote, and
I'm
it's
gonna
so
show
funny.
up and vote like a sucker.
And not only is it ignorant,
We had Republican presidents, we had Democratic presidents.
You're not even
we in the same joint.
I'm talking about locally. You talking about national.
I don't give a fuck if
It
it's
matters.
local.
It matters.
If you
It
vote,
absolutely
that
matters.
means you.
In New York, we voted for Mayor Adams, and we had problems. Now New York voting for a communist socialist. I believe a lot of shit is going to raise. The bus prices in New York is now $3 since he became the mayor, the communist Muslim socialist.
In line.
No, if you vote first, the first thing that it means is that you respect your ancestors that died for your right to be able to do it.
Your
That's what it first-
ancestors
It's so funny to
didn't
me.
do it like this.
Yeah, they did. I'm gonna I remember looking up stuff on that. A lot of black people died when they were becoming Republican, being harassed by the Democrats for the rights to vote. The 13th Amendment, the 14th Amendment, all those amendments, black people fought and put their lives on the line for.
No,
Because people went to war when the government tried to overthrow the people and the power of the people. It was wars. There hasn't been a war inside the U.S. where the people who getting fucked over are doing something about motherfuckers with 30 felonies being the president.
It's
It's
war.
all
You know why he has 30 felonies. Donald Trump has 30 felonies because what? He was buying. Hold on, let me go to ChatGPT. This is crazy that black people are doing. Black men are doing. What does Donald Trump have 30 felonies for? Was it because he paid a prostitute? What was that? 3 or 4. Why does he have 30 felonies for? I think it has something to do with Stormy Daniels. Falsifying business records related to how payments were recorded, not a unique set of unrelated crimes, right? Hush money. Falsely recorded payments made to his then attorney, Michael Cohen, who paid an adult film actress, Stormy Daniels, buying a porn star. This is why he has 34 felony accounts. Something that I've heard Corey Holcomb say he engages in, allegedly. Right? Key point, the crime itself isn't paying a 304. The charges were about how the payments were documented in business records. Prosecutors said the workers were falsified to hide the underlying purpose of the pay. And I've heard black men repeat, he got convicted of 34 accounts. He got convicted of 34 accounts for paying a 304 to shut the fuck up. It was a misdemeanor. How many black people got convicted of misdemeanors? That's the whole issue why y'all don't like the damn crime bill that Biden signed into law. A lot of black men went to jail off of misdemeanors for a long time. Bro. Yo, they have a lot of stuff on them. So I don't know, bro. I don't know what is wrong with black people, especially the nigga congregation.
sucker shit
It's a
going
war
on.
every day. It's just not physical anymore.
Well, that's the problem.
It's
We
here.
need physical wars.
It's not.
Until
It's our
motherfuckers ready to
ignorance.
jump it off,
It's not.
we gonna always
It's
be
not.
talking.
It's
But
not.
see, real gladiators don't.
They talking shit to Anton. He's saying real niggas ain't token. Real niggas is gladiators. So what are gladiators at? I keep hearing y'all talking about all these gangsters in Chicago and New York is some gladiators. Y'all not gladiating against the real people that need to be gladiated against. Yeah, gladiating against the so-called token Negroes who ain't bothering you.
Talk. Real
No, it's not.
gladiators make it happen. And the
So why you ain't made it happen yet?
Gladiators, I ain't gonna lie. We are under control right now. We haven't rose up and did what needs to be done.
Who are you under control by?
It ain't. You under control by the people who will motherfucking blow this motherfucker up. We ain't stupid.
Who is he? Because I want to know who.
Why do you think that ICE agent was able to shoot that woman?
I want to know who the. Hold on. Let's be real. Fuck that woman.
Well, that's what you would say to somebody you don't know or whatever.
No.
I'm on the streets. I've been pulled over by the police.
Who ain't on the streets?
Or the ICE agents or whatever.
They're taking shots at that's that shit. That's that street nigga versus like they assume that Anton Daniels is just in a penthouse somewhere. So now they saying that so Corey almost like I'm in these streets, as if Anton is not in the streets. Why do we believe that you can't be a hood nigga or be broke or in the ghetto and then lift yourself up into Angry Man is a perfect example. You have an older brother that's similar to Angry Man that has a street nigga background, but he turned his life over and he became a family member, a family man now, right? So I have a couple cousins that's like that. I could say I'm sort of like that. It's just I never went that deep into street niggism like my older brother, right? But Angry Man is a perfect example of that. You could come from the bottom up, from nothing. I'm an example of that somewhat, right? Because my parents, when they came here, they didn't have nothing, and I didn't have nothing. Now I'm a construction worker today, and I plan on skyrocketing after that. So it's like, but that was a shot to Anton saying, you know, you're not a street nigga, you're not in these streets, you just talking. That's what that was.
You in LA. I'm in Detroit. I'm in the blackest city in the United States of America. I can move anywhere I want to go. I choose to stay in the core of my city, and I choose to participate in my neighborhood. I choose to tithe to the streets. I choose to put kids through college. I choose to interact and truly use my tax dollars and whatever it is and give jobs. I employ over 50 people. I put my money in my community with my.
Why do black people do that? And Darlene, why the fuck are you like? Corey Holcomb, you employ the Asian chick. I don't see too many black women up here. You got this this little Asian chick up here. I don't see you employing a black woman. Where the black woman at? You're the real cool. There's plenty of black women around Anton. You got this one Asian chick up here.
My people. So I choose to engage.
I hate when black people do that. So he couldn't pull that you're not in these street shit on Anton. So now he's being just sarcastic.
So when we talking about being in the streets, that don't count to me. I don't hear
that's
that
what
shit.
should count.
I don't hear that
because
shit.
out there in the streets where the people live that you helping, they could get pulled over and shot by a cop, and an investigation will be said. But here's the truth: we know, if I believe you know this already, when the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
I've been stopped and frisked before. So I'm not in disagreement with I'm a victim of stop and frisk in New York. I went through that. You know what I'm saying? Jump out boys pulling up behind you, and they jump up on you, and then they want you to react hostily so they can arrest you for, I forgot what it was called, what the term is called. I don't remember it right now. But that has happened to me a couple of times. So this is why, I was thinking something, but that's for another video, right? So that's happened to me a couple of times, right? So I'm not in disagreement with Corey Holcomb's right there. You feel me? But at the same time, it was, a matter of fact, it was black police officers doing it. Black and Latin. Black and Latin. Black and Latin. Black and Latin jump out boys or stop and frisk niggas doing that in East New York, Brooklyn. Ask a lot of niggas in Brooklyn. Is it mainly is it a combination of is it only white people, or is it a combination of white, black, or Latin people doing that?
Oh my God, this is so crazy.
Look at a lot of your YouTube. Look at a lot of stop and frisk videos that come out of New York.
You think that's wrong? What I said?
This is so insane.
Is that what I said? I said when the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do.
And you know something? I do agree with Corey Holcomb right there, right? The fact that you got police officers doing that, the way they're doing it to kids that's not doing anything, but you won't go do that to the actual gangbangers in the community that's actually terrorizing Black people, but you do that to somebody who's not doing anything. So I do agree the police force do need to be reformed, especially out here in New York. I don't know about Chicago or Detroit, but in New York, NYPD, their behavior do need to get checked on that. And that's where voting comes into play, because you can vote your commissioner out. You go to City Hall and you can make a complaint to your councilman. This is what we should be doing. See what I'm saying? So I'm not in disagreement with Corey Holcomb on that part particular. And I'm saying that because, I was a victim of it.
Is that a lie?
This is so insane.
But you didn't answer it.
I'm gonna answer your question.
Okay.
I'm gonna answer your question. It depends on the circumstance. And the interesting thing about it is this: the majority of the people, because you like to use a blanket statement. That's like me saying all Black people are stupid.
Well, have you said all white people stupid?
No, I'm talking about cops.
You should say that one time.
I'm talking about
because
cops.
it's
Why does he have to say that?
easy to say all Black people are stupid as an example. Say something about the white people.
No. You're not. I
don't think you
white
got
people all the time.
Anton talks about white people. Anton will flex on everybody. White people, he would flex on everybody.
Well, I didn't hear you. Can you tell me?
I talk about liberal white women literally being the biggest enemy of the United States of America. That's the thing I say every single day.
Caucasian female, the biggest enemy.
Literally, white liberal women are the worst thing that ever happened to this country.
What about their men?
But we gonna get there, because you keep trying to get me to qualify it by participating and joining in on the core.
No, I think you're doing what's easy.
No. I'm doing what's real.
I think you don't want to go against them, because if you go against them, it'll be some video of you going against them.
So now I figured this out now. They're trying to get the conservative base to kick out Anton now. So look bad on him being a conservative. Because Anton is a conservative, as he said on his thing, on his platform. So it's like he's trying to get Anton in a gotcha moment, and he's trying to do that for the nigga congregation. Most nigga congregation are Democrat, because most of the niggas get free stuff from them.
Them, and when I say them, I'm talking about your boss.
I don't have.
See that? I told you.
A boss.
We say that. We say that, but here's the truth.
I don't have a boss.
It's a reason you go after Black males or Black people quicker than you will go after white.
Why wouldn't I not? The person that's doing damage to me is other Black men. You're a Black man, and you tried to fight another Black man on it. So it wasn't mind you. Anton Daniels didn't go on a white male platform to where another white man tried to attack him. He went on a Black male's platform with a nigga Black male trying to attack him or want to fight him.
Males. What are white males responsible for in this country as the downfall
I'm an
of
equal
it?
accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men since you've been up here.
You ain't been listening. You ain't been listening.
I've been listening to you.
No, you haven't.
I hear you
you
don't
have the capacity to be able to listen because you're too busy.
No. You got me wrong.
You're too busy.
My capacity that you just criticized, that's an opinion. Here's the fact. Have you seen something about Caucasian males and how they destroy this nation? Well, what did I miss?
Let's slow down, because you talking loud, but you're not saying a lot.
No, you talking loud, and you still talking around. What did the Caucasian male do to America to bring it down?
I'm not getting into that.
You dancing around it. And that's why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males' ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me, because I'm not an ass kisser of nobody.
Yes, you are. You suck the dick of Black people right now. You doing the easy shit. What you do, let me tell you what you do.
Nah, homie, let me tell you something, homie. I don't suck dick.
Yeah,
I don't suck dick.
Yeah, you do.
So fix
that. You're doing it right now.
I don't suck dick, homie.
You doing it right now.
Homie, believe me when I tell you. I don't do that. I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no dick sucking shit.
I'm going to give you the same energy you give me.
Let's switch seats.
Let's switch seats. I'm with it.
Homie, I don't do no dick sucking shit. I'm a motherfucking man. I don't do no dick sucking shit.
I don't give a fuck about none of
Well, I tell you what, watch that dick sucking shit, because that'll go bad.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no dick sucking,
You say a lot of shit that I don't fuck with either. You think I
Okay,
give a
but
fuck about what
that
you talking about,
gay
nigga?
shit, oh, you
I
go.
don't give a fuck about what you talking
Hey,
about.
homie, I tell you what.
I'm right here.
Don't put
You
no
switching
dick
seats
sucking
don't mean
shit.
to me.
Don't put no
I'm from
dick sucking
Detroit,
shit
nigga.
on me, nigga.
I'm from Detroit.
Say
right
I
now.
suck a dick again.
I'm right here, right now.
All right, that's
Now,
what I'm saying.
I'm gonna respect you.
Dance around it. Dance around it.
No. I'm
I don't do no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna respect you because it's your platform, and I flew out here to have a conversation.
We good.
But you're
We
not
good.
bossing up on me.
Yo,
We good. I did already. I don't do
Nigga, we
dick
can put the
sucking shit.
microphone right down
Yo.
right now and go up back. I don't give a fuck about this shit.
Homie, you just running your mouth.
That's the fight. He won the fight. You know what should have happened? Let's go around back. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. He thought that Anton was going to be bitch up. Anton puffed his chest. Anton was the first one to offer, let's go around back. He didn't do it. Immediately, the talking should have been done.
I'm not running my
I
mouth.
got a
You
question
running
for
your
Anton.
mouth.
I don't do
You
no
doing
dick
this shit for the
sucking shit.
internet. You doing it for the internet. Now, if you want to say your time, no, hold on. If you want
I'll
to say
show
Anton,
you I ain't doing it for the internet.
if you
I'm
want to
saying,
say Anton,
I'm
listen,
saying,
don't
I'ma
disrespect
let
me
you
like
finish.
that. If you want to say Anton, don't disrespect me like that. I'll respect you, but don't boss up on me because you said a lot of shit to me today that I don't fuck with either. But I
He did.
let that shit ride because you don't know me. You don't know me. So I'm gonna extend the same respect to you. You called me out of my name. You said some wild shit, especially with regard to how
Would
it
it call this nigga out his name?
Nigga, I'm telling you that you did. You can't tell me how I get disrespected.
I got a question for bro.
Okay.
No. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We just getting loud. I ain't gonna get loud.
Then don't switch seats.
He wanted to fight, and he offered your ass back in the back to go outside. Some New York shit. New York niggas say that. That came from New York. Walk outside. You should have been fighting.
No,
because
this my
I take
show.
That's
This
cool.
my
That's
show.
cool, but I take that shit as a threat.
Okay, well,
You pulling
it
up
is
this
a threat if
lead
you
for
calling
shit?
me dick sucking.
It's
I
a
don't
threat
dick
that you
suck,
say a
my
lot of
nigga.
shit. Man, fuck what you talking about.
I don't
bro.
dick suck.
If you want to get back to the conversation, ain't no, because you ain't gonna do shit. Because you're not gonna do
Come
shit.
at me with that dick sucking
You're
shit
not gonna
again,
do
nigga.
shit. You're not gonna
Come
do
at me with. Say I suck dick again, nigga.
We can go
I'll
out back
show you
right
who the
now.
Fuck I am.
We can go out back right now. I'm with it.
I bet you won't say that shit.
We can go out back.
Let's go. Ain't back there fighting.
Right now.
I got money for all this. Whatever.
I got money too. Don't nobody give a fuck about that shit.
Hey, homie,
Nah,
look,
it's just not respect.
I ain't falling for that. I ain't falling. Darlene, get out the way. Don't get in the way of two niggas. Let me tell you something, homie. I ain't got to go out back right now because we got to go out back to lead this motherfucker. But I'm saying
Yeah.
that dick sucking shit, watch that. That's all I'm saying. And if I don't say it how you like
If you want to
okay,
get back to the
but
conversation,
don't-
we can get back to the conversation.
But just know,
I'm not
ain't
listening to
dick
none of that
suckers
shit,
up
bro.
here, nigga.
I'm not listening to none of that shit. If you want to get
Bet.
back to the conversation,
Long as you
we can
know.
get back to the conversation.
Long as you know.
Bro, you not
'Cause that ain't
you
nothing-
not that tough.
Okay, good. I'm glad,
We
brother.
good.
It ain't no fake shit right here.
Absolutely, I'm with it.
We straight. I respect your switch, brother. And I'm saying, like, a lot of people don't know the way I was brought up. You can't step up to men like that. So I'm not checking you. I'm just trying to let you know
We good.
that when we talk to each other a certain way, like if dick sucking is
But you were talking to him a certain
brought
way.
up, that's just like motherfucking pissing on my shoes.
But you was pissing on his shoes.
So I'm saying, like, I could get back straight. We just when I shook
Listen,
your
listen.
hand, it wasn't phony.
Listen, I get into it with my homies. I get into it with my brothers. I don't
get
have no
into it with
sisters.
squad,
I got three brothers, and we scrap it out. I scrap with my nephews. It is what it is, and then we shake hands and we keep it moving. Once we have a disagreement and we get it out of our system. So
You found
I
a way
love
to
you,
bring that nigga
Darlene.
into it.
I love you, Darlene. I love Craig. But they will not call you out on your bullshit and challenge you.
Now you trying to turn?
No. You asked me for the feedback. I didn't volunteer it. You forced me. I said, you know what? I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Then you said, okay, well, Anton, go ahead and keep on naming names and let's get to it. Okay, well, let's get to it then, if that's what you want to do.
Well, how about this? Let me. Can I respond
Because
to that?
Darlene is real chill, and she not gonna cause no friction. And Craig is happy to be here.
Okay, so can I say? No,
I'm out to the chat.
shit on
I'm
himself.
not gonna shit on nobody.
Yeah,
Shout
you
out to
shitted
the
on
chat.
black people. You shitted on motherfuckers.
I feel like I shitted on you. To your face. To your face.
Be careful shitting on me, because I feel like you talking shit again.
I'm not talking shit. I'm
Well,
telling
be
you.
careful.
I'm telling you.
You
that-
shitted on me to my face, but that shit will
Corey,
lead to some
will
danger.
we please stop
You should've been dangerous
Trust me.
the tough talk? I got security. You got security. Ain't
Homie,
nobody
I
doing
ain't
shit.
got security. Them my people.
Cool. Them your
You
security
gotta
people.
hire a motherfucker to be with you.
Absolutely. I'm always gonna hire somebody.
You better.
100%.
How you be talking?
Corey, stop talking tough. Stop talking.
Homie,
tough.
you
just said that.
I'm not talking tough. I'm talking to you straight up.
Why are you so?
You
easily
said you
triggered?
disrespected me in my face. And then you act like it was all
said that I
good.
disrespected you to your face. So I'm confirming what you said. You felt disrespected. So I am telling you that I disrespected you if that's the way you felt. Is that not what you said? You said that out of your mouth. And so I apologize when you said that you felt disrespected.
No. The reason you said you disrespected me in my face
because you don't accept the apology because
you
you
still talk about everybody else except yourself and white men.
I'm telling you what I said.
Well, you supposed to have been fight Anton. He offered to fight. Y'all didn't go fight. So
You felt offended by it, so I apologize. All I'm doing is rehashing the conversation
fair use.
that happened. Why you so easily offended?
You still talk about me? It sounds like I'm arguing
because I'm right. See,
I'll be around bitches and they tell me about myself all the time. Be gone.
No.
That shit don't hurt no feelings. It's probably better this way.
Because I just proved my point.
Be down. So you proved the point. Homie, just gone, man. Just gone, man. Just gone.
I'm out the jet.
You done did this before. Get your bitch ass Hey, homie,
all right, I'm out.
Get your bitch ass the fuck on and walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch, nigga. Walk over there with your bodyguard and
Talking that tough talk, pump faking. Anton offered to fade. You claim he told you to sucking dick. Why don't you go take the fade? Twice he did it. Anton got up twice and offered that fade. Let's go back.
no, I don't do no dick.
This enemy of the United States. Who is he?
So I'm gonna tell you the argument.
Or are we just
The stories I heard, people were kidnapped.
Conversation ain't no because you ain't gonna do shit. Don't disrespect me like that. If you want to say Anton, don't disrespect me like that. I'll respect you, but don't boss up on me because you said a lot of shit to me today that I don't fuck with either. But I let that shit ride because you don't know me. You don't know me. So I'm gonna extend the same respect to you. You called me out of my name. You said some wild shit, especially with regard to how would it call this nigga out his name? Nigga, I'm telling you that you did. You can't tell me how I get disrespected.
I got a question for bro.
Okay.
No. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We just getting loud. I ain't gonna get loud.
Then don't switch seats.
No. This my
because
show.
That's
This
cool.
my show.
That's cool, but I take that shit as a threat.
Okay. Well, it is a threat if you calling me dick sucking. I don't dick suck, my nigga.
Man, fuck what you talking about.
I don't dick suck.
If you want to get back to the conversation, because you ain't gonna do shit. Because you're not gonna do shit.
Come at me with that dick sucking shit again, nigga.
You're not gonna
come at me with. Say I suck dick again, nigga.
We can go out back right now.
Fuck I am.
We can go out back right now. I'm with it.
I bet you won't say that shit.
We can go out back right now.
I got money for all this. Whatever.
I got money too. Don't nobody give a fuck about that shit.
Hey,
No, it's not respect.
I ain't falling for them. I ain't falling. Golly, get out the way. Don't get in the way of two niggas. Let me tell
Hey, why are you up there? Did you really need Corey Holcomb's money like that, bro?
Something, homie. I ain't got to go out back right now because we got to go out back to lead this motherfucker. But I'm saying that dick sucking shit, watch that. That's all I'm saying.
He said, I'm not going out back right now. But you wanted to fight him right there. Why? Y'all could have fought outside and the cameras would have never seen it.
And if I don't say it how you like
If you want to get back to the
but
conversation, we can get back to the conversation.
But just know,
I'm not listening to
dick
none of that
suckers
shit,
up
bro.
here, nigga.
I'm not listening to none of that shit. If you want to get back to the conversation,
Long as you
we can
know.
get back to the conversation.
Long as you know.
Bro, you not,
Because that ain't
you
not
not that. It's just not physical anymore.
go after what.
Don't
I'ma let
disrespect
you
me like
finish.
that. You do.
So fix
You doing
that.
it right now.
I don't suck
You
dick,
doing
homie.
you doing it right now.
Homie, believe me when I tell you, I don't
Believe me
do
when I
that.
tell you.
I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna give you the same
Let's
energy
switch
you
seats.
give me.
Let's switch seats.
No.
Let's switch
Switch
seats.
seats.
I'm with it.
Homie, I don't
We can
do
talk right in front of each
I don't do no dick sucking shit. I'm a motherfucking man. I don't do no dick sucking shit.
I
homie.
don't give a fuck about none
Well,
of
I tell you
right
what,
now.
watch that dick sucking shit, because that'll go bad.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no dick
You should have swung right here.
sucking,
You say a
homie.
lot of shit that I don't fuck with either. You think I
Okay,
give a
but
fuck about what you
that
talking
that
about,
gay
nigga?
shit, oh, you
I
go.
don't give a fuck about what you talking
Hey,
about.
homie, I tell you what.
I'm right here.
Don't put
You
no
switching
dick
seats
sucking
don't mean
shit.
shit to me.
Don't put no
I'm
dick
from
sucking
Detroit,
shit on me, nigga.
I'm from Detroit
Say
right
I
now.
suck a dick again.
I'm right here, right now.
All right, that's
Now,
what I'm saying.
I'm gonna respect you.
Dance
because it's your
around it.
platform.
Dance
No,
around it.
No. I'm a
I don't do no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna respect you because it's your platform, and I flew out here to have a conversation.
We good.
But
We
you're not
good.
bossing up on me.
Yo, I
We
got
good.
I got
I
a
did
question for
already.
Anton.
I don't do
Nigga,
dick
we can put
sucking
the
shit.
microphone right
Yo.
now and go out back. I don't give
Hey,
a
No,
fuck
sir.
about
No,
this shit.
sir.
Homie, you just running your mouth.
I'm not running my
I
mouth.
got a
You
question.
running
no,
your
he's not running his mouth. He said, let's go out black.
I don't do
You
no
doing
dick
this shit
sucking
for the
shit.
internet. You doing it for the internet. Now, if you want to say your time, no, hold on.
He is doing it for the internet.
If you want
I'll
to say
show you I
And it's not going the way Corey Holcomb thought it was going to go. He thought Anton was going to be a bitch. Anton said, no, let's walk outside.
ain't doing it for the internet.
If you
I'm
want to
saying,
say Anton,
I'm
listen,
saying,
don't
I'ma let
disrespect me
you
like
finish.
that. If you want to say Anton, don't disrespect me like that, I'll respect you. But don't boss up on me because you said a lot of shit to me today that I don't fuck with either. But I'll let that shit ride because you don't know me. You don't know me. So I'm going to extend the same respect to you. You called me out of my name. You said some wild shit, especially with regard to how would it
call this nigga out his name?
Nigga, I'm telling you that you did. You can't tell me how I get disrespected.
I got a question for bro.
Loud.
Okay.
No. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We just getting loud. I ain't gonna get loud.
Then don't switch seats.
No,
No,
this
because
my
I take-
show.
That's
This
cool.
my
That's
show.
cool, but I take that shit as a
Oh,
threat.
Okay,
Sleeves.
well, it is a threat if you calling me dick sucking.
It's
I
a-
don't
it's a
dick
threat that you
suck,
say a
my
lot of
nigga.
shit. Man, fuck what you talking about.
I don't
bro.
dick suck.
If you want to get back to the conversation, ain't no, because you ain't gonna do shit. Because you're not gonna do
Come
shit.
at me with that dick sucking
You're
shit
not gonna
again,
do
nigga.
shit. You're not gonna
Come
do
at me with. Say I suck dick again, nigga.
We can go
I'll
out back
show you
right
who the
now.
Fuck I
We
am.
can go out back right now. I'm with it.
I bet you won't say that shit.
We can go out back right now.
I got money for all this. Whatever.
I got money too. Don't nobody give a fuck about that shit.
Hey, homie,
No,
look,
it's just not respect.
I ain't falling for that. I ain't falling. Darlene, get out the way. Don't get in the way of two niggas. Let me tell you something, homie. I ain't got to go out back right now because we got to go out back to lead this motherfucker. But I'm saying that dick sucking shit.
What does that matter? Anyway, I did this long enough, about hour and 30. I'm gonna face up here. Anyway, again, I think this was a setup or ambush towards Anton Daniels, and I think Corey Holcomb was trying to get some more points with I think the nigga congregation, and I think because in the interview you heard the black woman get up and say something to Anton, so I'm thinking, maybe Corey Holcomb was trying to get in the good graces of black women or whatever. I think it's because he said something about Lizzo, or he normally says stuff about black women. So I guess he was trying. I guess he thought for the internet he could take a shot at Anton, and it didn't go the way he thought. I guess he thought that because he's a so-called lame or square or whatever, that it would have been easy, but it wasn't easy. But anyway, this is Kiss Your Audio Views and Vlogs. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.